Ellis is here, if for nothing else, moral support on stage, because it can get pretty rough. This is so our last two segments. I have written down, this is the lightning round. Let's keep it to 30 seconds each. I've written down just a few topics that might engender some conversation. Where are all the men? An occupation almost 80% female these days. See, that's what I'm talking about. Feel the love in the room? Can you tell when you get a student that they had a good or bad teacher the year before? Can you tell that right away? Is tenure going to be dead someday soon? How do you want to be evaluated? How many students a week is too many? Did you have harmonious labor negotiations where you're a teacher? Karen Lewis in Chicago, net positive or negative for the image of your profession? What do you think of your principal? Should teachers be able to strike? It's a free shot. It's an open net, as they say in Charlestown. Should teachers be able to strike? And the theme of our gathering this year, what's working in your community? Now, having said that, let's go over to Tamron.
Okay. Lisa from Long Island says she can answer all of those things, but she's fired up about one thing.
Although I do want to address the first one, all the men are the ones in charge making the decisions for us.
Yow, okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to say about standardized testing, the one thing we don't think about is how much time we are spending preparing the children. My students spend 8 hours, just 8 hours, taking a test for New York State, and I spend hours and hours preparing them, and that's just the state test.
All right, this is TikTok. You're from Boston. What's on your mind?
On my mind is, first of all, there are some men, especially I teach second grade, and we are around.
Giving it up for the fellas, okay.
But I did want to not let go unchallenged an assertion by a teacher who spoke earlier from a charter school about the role of unions, and the role of a union contract is not to tell teachers what we cannot do. I've never been told that by my union. I don't think any union does that, but I do think it makes our schools stronger. And if you look at performance across our country and across the world, you'll notice that high performance tends to correlate with more heavily unionized education sectors.
From Boston to LA, you're a teacher in Los Angeles. What's on your mind?
Hi, I'm Latasha Guy, and I teach reading and language arts at King Drew Magnet High School in Los Angeles. I think all of the talk about the Common Core is wonderful, but what I don't see is talking about is helping content area teachers better teach, especially at the secondary level, reading skills and their discipline. Because if we can't teach students, high school students who often come to us who are not reading at grade level, how to access those texts, we can't get
Brian's question, can you tell if a student has had a bad teacher prior to you?
Yes, I can tell by their opening day assessment how much they've read. I ask the student, how many books did you read? How often do you read? I definitely can tell.
All right, Brian.
All right, and over to Jenna.
Okay, well, we have two of the men who teach who wanted to talk about the importance of their role in the classroom.
I just wanted to add that, so many students who are in schools have parents who are living in a single-family household, and they make an excuse every day, especially our young men. And I grew up in the situation as well. So me being there, letting them know that this is a situation which you can turn around. You don't use it as an excuse. You make sure that you come in here and you do what you need to do, and you have people who are proof points for you to see that, and examples, and you're just going to keep on doing this, and we're not going to give up on you, literally.
Your kids are lucky to have you.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly the same thing. Young men, young boys need role models from grown men. And, we do have a lot of women in our profession, and they're great. But boys need men. It's that simple. We need to have male role models in their lives.
Great. Thanks, guys. We have Tammy, who teaches in rural Ohio. How important is technology?
Technology is a pretty essential part of my classroom. I'm a national board certified teacher, and I've taught science for 29 years, and I would say I think I have probably the most effective classroom now that I've ever had in my whole career of teaching for the tenure issue. And when you look at the technology, we have clicker response systems we use as we talk. We use the technology to collect data, analyze data on a regular basis. I take my lessons, I teach every day, I tape them, I upload them. Every child that's absent accesses, takes notes, comes back the next day, and they're ready for the next day's lesson, at least for the most part. And so it's just very, very essential in my classroom.
All I know is I wish I could take some of these teachers' classes.
I was just going to say that. I would have been a successful student had I had half the teachers in this room. Jenna, Tamara, thanks. This is what we're talking about. We're going to take a break and continue more of this on the other side.